Yes, the lads, welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi. These are the 6 things we learned from Arsenal 1, Burnley 0 at the Turf Moor. It was a very, very difficult journey. We shall go through Mikel Arteta's press conference and player ratings later in the evening Arsenal show. But Mikel said it himself. It was a very scrappy win. So it wasn't a very convincing one, but I did pick out 6 things that I thought were very, very outstanding in the match. Look, you could see, you could have had better eyes than me, but I just picked out I just picked out 6. So make sure, also let me know about the 6 things you think you picked out of that game. Number 1, I think Odegaard was a masterclass. Put up a very, very masterclass performance. We saw that yesterday in the match reaction. The touches he had, the pass completion, 87% passing accuracy. That is one of his strengths. We talked about it in the summer when we are bringing him in. It's one of his biggest strengths. Keeps the ball and keeps it very, very well. His passing accuracy is always in the air. So I thought he really put in a masterclass performance. He's the reason, actually, as to why we won the game. Because that free kick, think about it as a goal of the weekend contender. Yeah, I know there are a couple of other goals there. The Naby Keita goal. What a blaster he put in. And then you have the Leon Bailey goal as well. I think Matt Cash also had a very good goal, but you will consider Martin Odegaard's free kick. It's a set piece. It's a dead ball situation. Of course, we rarely score from dead ball situations, and I think that's why I'm giving him a masterclass performance. Yesterday. So if you feel like he had a masterclass of a performance, let me know in the comments below as well. Number 2, Aaron Ramsdale is good. He's just good, and that's what we were asking for. That is one of the things I was talking about in the summer. Get us an upgrade. Get us players that are good enough. As simple as that. You don't need Messi. You don't need Di Maria. You don't need Ronaldo. You just need players that are good enough. You just need players that are good to go. You just need players that can play football. And that is Aaron Ramsdale. Yes, of course. We're gonna say it was only Burnley. It was only Norwich. It was only Coventry City. The 3 games he's played, he's not considered a goal. It's only 2 goalkeepers now in Arsenal history that have not considered a goal in their opening 3 fixtures. Or should I call them debuts for the club? He's one of them. I mean, he puts out that kind of statement that, you know what, you misjudged me for no reason, and I said this in the summer. Many Arsenal fans coming out and saying they do not want Ramsdale. They feel like Ramsdale is not good enough, and I was like, well, give us your reasons. You don't like Aaron Ramsdale. Give us your reasons. And many people, said a lot of shit. He was relegated 2 times. Then I said he was relegated, with Bournemouth, and Sheffield United paid 18 million for a relegated goalkeeper. There is a reason, and we found out the reason. He's one of the best goalkeepers, in his age in Europe. If you look at Aaron Ramsdale, Nick Pope, Jordan Pickford, Dean Henderson, and the likes of. You think he really stands a big future, probably because for me, I told you with Aaron Ramsdale, what he wants is to fight for the first place so he can actually get that first team football at England. And if he keeps up those performances, I think he will actually get there. So good performance from Aaron Ramsdale, who was voted man of the match according to Arsenal. I don't know who your man of the match was, but I think Ramsdale was good. Shout out to Odegaard and shout out to Partey as well. Number 3, Ben White. What an improvement. Ben White had a massive improvement, and I've written that word improvement, putting into context 2 things. 1, the Brentford game, he was absolutely shit, wasn't he? Absolutely shit. He was battered. And I also think Timo Pukki also gave him a very, very hard time in the Norwich game. Yes, they did not score, but I think Pukki had a very, 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 very good run at Ben White. But in yesterday's game against Burnley, he was an absolute upgrade to himself. You just felt like he did everything right. He actually won more aerial duels than Gabriel Magalhaes. Can you imagine it? Of course, we've got to talk about the fact that both of them look very, very good together. But Ben White, that was a massive upgrade to himself. And I also think he's a massive upgrade to Rob Holding. Those are the two, those are the two things, I'm looking at Ben White. If he can continue on that road with Gabriel Magalhaes, just stop being silly. Just stop being sloppy. You're not playing for Brighton. You're playing for Arsenal, bro. But I think it was a very, very good performance. There, we shall do the player ratings later, right? Let's move over to, point 4. 4-3-3 is better for us. 4-3-3 is better for us. And that is it. That's it. Look, yeah, I mean, it was only Burnley. Again, we have to put into that, we have to put that in mind before we speak too much. But we played a 4-3-3, which gave us a lot of ideas, a lot of room to create ideas, and a lot of room to execute the ideas that we were actually creating. And many people might agree or disagree with me, saying, Kosi, you're sounding very, very deluded. I'm not really trying to be deluded. What I'm trying to do is, I'm saying there is hope. There is some light. I've seen some little light at the end of the tunnel. That doesn't mean I don't want Mikel Arteta to go, because if he leaves at this point and you're getting a better manager, this group of players becomes better because they'll have a better manager. But what I'm saying is, playing a 4-3-3, playing a 4-2-3-1, I think carrying on forward, those are the two formations we should be using, because we played in a way that, yes, Brighton had the ball, and that is one of the things that we have got to learn. If you're going to play a 4-3-3, how do you win possession back very fast, and how do you keep the ball? But I think it was very good. It helped us pick up, open up spaces, and also pick up runs that were very, very useful at the end of the day. Point number 5, in the 6 things we learned, Aubameyang needs more chances, guys. Let us not be deluded. It was a win. Vital 6 points out of the last 2 games for Arsenal, and very, very vital for Mikel. And I'll speak about Mikel at the end of this video. But Aubameyang is barely getting any chances. If you look at how clubs like Wolves are playing football, how Everton, how Aston Villa are playing football, we are barely creating any chances. And this is at the end of the day, this is going to hurt us if whether you like it or not. It's gonna bite us back. We are not creating any chances for these men. We're not creating any chances for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So anyone who wants to say Aubameyang is shit or what, I might agree with you, because I think he's really doing a big job in terms of disengaging play and disengaging other players. But absolutely, we need to create more chances, and that is how we are going to score more goals. The goal is scored against Burnley. Yeah, it was a beautifully created chance for Nicola Pepe, and he gets that on the rebound. But let's ask ourselves, how many big chances did we create in that Norwich game? Okay, how many big chances did we create in the Burnley game? Only one. And which one was that? Aston's big chance. I even don't remember. And that is how bad it is. We need to create more chances, and we need to score more goals. And lastly, among the 6 things we learned is Tomiyasu is a fucking upgrade. My God. Look, I think I just feel secure I just feel secure. All of a sudden, I just feel fucking secure. That is one of the things I wanted. Get a right back that can make me secure. This guy has barely brought in any decent crosses for Arsenal, so you cannot rely on him going forward. I think that is not his thing. I mean, at times you just got to respect, I think the genre of the player. Is it kind? I mean, do players have genres in football? But you've got to respect it. I think that's his genre. As a right back, he loves playing in a back 3. He loves playing, he loves being that kind of player that is, directly attached to the defense rather than the attack. And I do not have a problem with that. If I had a player like Max Aarons or Matty Cash, I would have been a little bit better and grateful, because it would have helped us create more chances. But Tomiyasu, what an upgrade! What an upgrade! This guy yesterday had 5 duels, and he won all of them. He had one aerial duel, won it, and he had 4 ground duels, and he won them. What do you want? What do you want? Of course, later in the season, just like I did with Kian Tierney last season, I will ask him to get forward a little bit more. I cannot really show you his heat map, which is a little bit ridiculous because we did yesterday in the match reaction. But if you look at his heat map, he's basically stopping in the middle of the park, which is good because it protects us from conceding ridiculous goals, but he needs to do better. But he's a fucking upgrade. Very, very good. So good. Right. So let's talk about Mikel. In point number 7, probably I said 6 things we learned, so probably should be 7. But I'm not going to make them 7. They'll stay 6. Right. So Mikel Arteta. What should I say about Mikel? I mean, how would you feel about Mikel in that game? I felt like he had a game plan. I felt like the players played according to the game plan, and he won the game that he absolutely deserved. That is unlike me, right? Because in the other instances, I would have said he should have lost the game. Probably that's what that is what I would have said. But to make for me to put this into context, I think Mikel deserved the win, not because he played well. Because we had 55% ball possession and they had 45. We had 18 shots on target. They had 13. So that only means that it was a very, very tight call. But why I think he deserved to win is, one, he was under pressure. He needed that second win to create some kind of belief in these players. But also, I think he planned for the game, and that is all I've been asking for from Mikel. Get some ideas onto the pitch. Don't just throw these players onto the pitch. Get some ideas. Show us what you want to do, right? If you're playing a 4-3-3 and you're playing Burnley, you have to be cautious, right? You have to be cautious. They're going to go aerial, and that's what they did. And we dealt with it absolutely well. Right, that's it. 6 things we learned. Let me know in the comment box, what exactly did you learn, and do you think we can beat Tottenham Hotspur with that performance you saw at the Tough Mo? My name is Kosi, and I'll speak to you definitely in the next one. Make sure you do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well.